Good evening, friends. Matt here from theshavingcadre.com. Hope everyone's having a nice weekend so far. Today I'm going to be doing a bevel set on a double duck dwarf. This razor came to me not long ago. It was a Facebook Marketplace pickup for pretty cheap, along with another razor called a Merit razor. I know that they make Merit brushes, but I wasn't aware that they made Merit razors as well. And it's a dwarf style razor as well, about the same length as this. And that's what makes this a dwarf. It's got a marginally smaller full tang. So I think it's shorter by maybe 3/8 or so, something along those lines. I'm going to be setting the bevel tonight with the Naniwa 1K Superstone and the Naniwa 5K Superstone. I'm going to go ahead and kill the bevel, or kill the edge first, and then I'll probably kill the edge again once we get to the 5K and try that method tonight. I always let everybody know I am no professional. I've honed somewhere around a couple hundred razors. I enjoy honing. I'm doing this as a free-form journal, and if it teaches anybody anything or you learn how to set a bevel from it, that's awesome. I hope it helps somebody, and hopefully if anybody sees any errors in my technique, they can always pass along a little info. After this video, part 2, we'll be honing this razor to finish on an Azuko Asagi Japanese natural stone, along with a full progression, including a Botan, Tanju, Majiro, Koma, Nagura, soft tomo, and a Nakayama tomo. So I'll do that as well, and hopefully that'll be my third time using that set. Hopefully I can go a little bit faster. I've had some awesome comments from other folks on YouTube telling me what their process is and how to monitor things, and actually that last shave I had off of it was great. So anyway, I'll shut up and start honing, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and point you guys down, and hopefully it's not too bright. There we go. Maybe that'll work fine. I've already wetted my stone. I'll go ahead and kill the edge. And for those that have never killed an edge or don't know how, I just lightly pull the razor across the corner of the stone to kill the edge. And actually, I've already spent a little time polishing on this razor out in the workshop on the bench buffers. And I'm pretty sure the edge was already killed, but never hurts to make sure that we get it all the way up and down, just to make sure that whatever edge, rather whatever bevel we're creating is our own. It's not set in a different way from how we plan on it. So first, I'm going to just go ahead and sit the razor on the stone, and it is flat. That's nice, both directions. So I know I'm not going to flat hone this, but I will hone with a slight rolling X stroke just to make sure I get every portion, especially all the way down here to this heel. I like to try and get as much of that heel as I can. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with some half strokes, and we'll go from there. So that's 50. And this razor is pretty much, I'm not going to call it new old stock, but it pretty much is unused. I don't really see it having much of a bevel except what came from the factory. There's been no real home wear on it to speak of. So with that, I have pulled a burr across most of the edge. I'm going to go ahead and give it another 50, one direction, and then check the bevel, check it again, and see where we're at. there's 50. And I've got a solid burr almost across the entire edge. It's right there at the heel, which is pretty typical. There's not a really awesome burr there at the heel, so I'm going to just give it maybe 25 circles just toward the heel for the most part. There we go. That should be it. And I can see the burr. It's a much lighter color. You can almost see it in the video. It's not a heavy burr, but I can feel the burr all the way across the edge. And it's actually picking up pieces of the paper towel. All right, so there we go. I'll do another 50 back and maybe a few circles, and then we can go ahead and move through. I had a feeling this was going to be a super simple bevel set. You can already see the slurry building up. I'm going to go ahead and spray a little of that off, or rather the swarf. That's steel there. But I had a feeling because this razor hadn't been used, the geometry was on, I didn't figure it was going to be a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and work back again. All right. There's 50. Feeling that burr all the way up and down, though, just like the other side, the heel needs just a hair. So we will do the 25 circles. There we go. And I'd say that should be it. Yep, it's there. And I wonder if you can see that against my shirt. Gosh, I don't think I'll be able to show it to you. I can see the burr very easily, but unfortunately, I don't think it'll show up on the camera. Okay, so now what I do is I reduce my myself. I reduce down to 25 half strokes both directions, and then about 13, and then go down to about 7, and then 5, 4, etc. until I'm doing X strokes. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Very nice. I'm going to rinse that swarf off, do some circles, and X strokes, and I'd say we should be ready to go to the 5K pretty quick. I'm all for having easy bevel sets every time, but unfortunately, the great majority of razors I hone, not unfortunately, I enjoy it, but typically I'm honing a razor that has geometry issues because it's a vintage razor. All right. I'll do a few circles. And the razor's already telling me it's pretty much done. The razor's really wanting to stick and pull and does not want to be pushed down the stone. It actually kind of jumps a little bit and you got to use a little pressure to keep it on there. So now I'm going to start lightening up with my strokes. Razor is undercutting the water on the stone real well. That undercut is a good estimation of when you're getting close to being finished. Just means that that apex of the bevel is really close to the stone, and so that water just has nowhere else to go but up on the blade. I assume it has to do with breaking the surface tension of the water in front of the blade, and so it just wants to scramble on up onto the blade. Now, if there's a metallurgist or a physicist that wants to tell me exactly why, other than my deduction, that would be great too. All right, I'm going to check the bevel. I think that this thing is ready. And then we'll spend a little time on the 5K after I kill the edge again, and I'll lightly kill it. The bevel is set. We just want to kind of join that 5K bevel up. A lot of times I don't even do that. I watched a couple videos recently with some folks doing it. And they say it really adds a lot to their honing experience. Make sure that that bevel is perfect, and wow, yeah, I'm seeing it. It looks perfect. Completely even on all sides. So here's a tomato. Let's see. Yeah, we have a bevel set all up and down the tomato. So, after I have my snack here, I'll go ahead and do just a few more laps, light ones. And we're ready for bevel set, or ready for 5K. Now, some folks have a 1K and a 3K. Some folks have a 1K and a 4K. I have a 5K. I think the Naniwa 5K is a little bit lower on the grit rating than it is listed at, but that's just me. But it always seems to do its job right. Some people might say that's quite a bit of a jump to make from a 1K all the way to a 5. It might take just a hair longer, but like I said, I think that it's a little lower grit than it says it is. Try to get the light to focus. There we go. All right, so again, we're going to lightly kill this edge. And it really wants to dig into the stone. Wipe it off. And we'll get to it. I'll start with circles. Giving a little pressure to all of this. I'm not jamming the blade down onto the stone, but I can already feel the blade is really tugging. I'd say it's about maybe 20 laps away from being ready to go. I'm still using a little pressure, and the last 10 or 15 laps, I'll go ahead and lighten up my pressure, and I'd say we are done with the 5K. Like I said, it's so nice once in a while to have a blade that's just quick and easy. No rolling really needed. I mean, just a little here and there to make sure that you're getting the heel. Get a little bit more water. You know what? I'll rinse off. In there, even at 5K, you are still removing quite a bit of metal. Starting to get a good undercut on the stone again. We'll just keep at it for a little bit. I'm pretty happy with how that feels. I think I'll check the bevel again on a tomato, probably call it a day. At least call it a day on this stone. There we go. Super easy. All right. Do a few more laps. And we'll say bevel set is done. By the way, if you couldn't see, this beautiful razor has all of the original bluing on it and the original gold wash or gold paint. I'm not sure which they used. Still on the blade. It's kind of nice. And I believe the scales. I know the scales are original, but I believe that these were supposed to be left kind of a gold look, like a brassed look. For some reason I thought I'd seen some that had nickel plating on them. I could be wrong, but I thought about buffing it real hard, but I decided to just leave it alone as is. Looks great. No problem. Not sure if it'll stay with me or go to somebody else, but it's a beautiful razor. I have several really nice double ducks. I have a special one, a double duck special one, which is a premier shaving razor. I'm assuming it's very similar to this. I mean, it looks basically just like this, except this one's shorter. So if you can get a special one, get it. I mean, they're inexpensive, but they're a nice shaving razor. The Satin Wedge is a very nice shaving razor as well. I've got one of those. It's fantastic. The Wonder Edge is fantastic as well. I mean, I keep using the word fantastic, but I really do enjoy double ducks, especially the older ones. And I've shaved with several gold edges. I have one gold edge, the 6/8, 7/8. I can't remember if it's 6 or 7, somewhere in between. It's a nice razor as well, but needs to be honed, so that may come up on the docket here shortly. But all right, I'm going to say that the bevel is fully set on this razor, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and we are going to start part 2 of the honing of this razor in just a moment. So thanks for watching. Please, if you have not, like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing many more straight razor honing videos, including bevel set, all the way through finish. And I do shave videos at least probably 2 or 3 times a week, maybe more. So yeah, like and subscribe. It's always a fun time honing with you guys. So take it easy. Bye-bye.